Okay, every vlog has to start somewhere, so I've decided to start with doing some chain lube. Well, actually, maybe we'll start with this instead. Let's go. So, I was kind of hoping it to get a bit quieter, but yeah, it's end of May in the UK at the moment, and lockdown seems to be pretty much over. I mean, it's absolutely chocker with traffic. I'm now a little bit further away from home on some of the more country roads, so it's quieting down a little bit, so I thought I'd get the camera out and just explain really what this cycling vlog's all about. So yeah, I mean, as you can probably tell, I'm not a kid, I'm not in my early 20s, and as you can hear, I'm on the flat and I'm breathing quite heavily, so I'm not particularly fit either. So basically, yeah, I'm a middle-aged man who gets into his Lycra every so often and goes for a ride. Coupled with that, I'm more than a bit overweight. So I guess if you're interested in following somebody like that and what they get up to on their bike and how they find things, then yeah, this might be the vlog for you. If not, if you want to follow some really good cyclists, then do what I do, and yeah, YouTube's full of them. There's some really brilliant people out there. They give me some real inspiration. Right, we're going through a little bit of a crowded bit now, so I'm just going to put the camera down for a minute. I realised with this camera I can't tell whether it's actually recording or not, because the sun is far too bright on the back, so I can't see whether it's recording. So yeah, so this is the first video in this series. I've got another channel where I talk about photography. But this is the first time I've really tried to do an action-based video. So I'm really just testing out equipment here. So I have no idea whether you can hear me on this little camera I've got. Was actually using my GoPro earlier, and I suspect that was even worse. Also, I've just noticed that I keep drifting, so you probably keep getting views of all sorts of things apart from my face. Yeah, so I apologise, there's going to be a bit of testing various bits and bobs. What I might do is I might just pull over in a minute and try and explain a bit more about what I'm going to be doing on this channel. Alright, thanks then. I'm not sure why I said thanks then, because hopefully you can stick with me. Okay, bye for now. Okay, so that was recording, but yeah, a bit more detail. So I've been cycling for a few years now. This is my current road bike. Well, actually, I say my only road bike. I've also got a mountain bike, so I do a bit of mountain biking as well. So this vlog is going to be just following me while I get out and about my road bike and my mountain bike. I'll talk about things that are happening at the time as well. Also, if I do buy any more gear, then I'll obviously do a review of that. And also I might even do a video of me lubing my chain. Which, yeah, I mean, it's one of those things that you need to do. It's not very exciting, but anybody that's new to cycling, definitely get yourself some lube. So as you can see, it's a lovely spring day. So it's right at the very end of May, I think, as I mentioned earlier. This is 2020, so we're still in sort of partial lockdown in the UK because of the coronavirus. But I think one thing I've noticed certainly over the last few days is since the government sort of changed its advice as we're getting up to the 1st of June and the 15th of June, it is really busy out there. I mean, the roads are just like they were pre-lockdown. And last night I stood in the garden and I could hear the background noise of traffic, which I've not heard for a couple of months now, really. So yeah, so things definitely seem to be back to normal. I don't know if you can see that actually, but I can see the camera shaking. That's my arm shaking. I'm not used, obviously not used to keeping a even a sort of light object like this. And then the cyclist goes past. Yeah, actually, but that's one thing. Actually, I've noticed that also there are just loads of cyclists. But the weather's been gorgeous here for the last couple of months. Hopefully it'll stay reasonably warm and dry into the summer, but we could probably do with some rain. But I guess we'll see how that goes. Anyway, I'm going to carry on with my ride. This is one of my local rides. It's one that I do quite often. So it takes me about an hour or so, assuming that I don't stop and chat like this. But yeah, what I'll do is I'll get moving and I'll pick this up later. As I said, I mean, I've been riding for a couple of years now, but if you're new to riding, I mean, don't worry about getting things wrong, or if you're like me, you're overweight and your lycra is bulging in all sorts of places where you don't really want it to bulge. Just get on your bike and get on with it. I mean, even just when I started this ride, for what I don't know why, I couldn't get myself clipped in, and then so after each stop that I've done so far, I struggle to get clipped in as well. Some days it just happens. You just have to deal with it. So yeah, don't worry if you're new to riding. Just the important thing is not to have the best style or the best speed or get the best Strava segment times. You do know about Strava, don't you? But anyway, yeah, just get out there and enjoy yourself, which is exactly what I'm doing today. Another day. I mean, I'm not going to get any decent times against my my Strava segments, but yeah, that doesn't stop me enjoying this. It's brilliant. And if you've never cycled before, I know that road cycling can be a bit intimidating with all the traffic and that sort of thing. But just stick the bike in the car, go and find somewhere quiet, and just go for a ride. Even if you don't start clipped in, just start with flats. Just get used to cycling again, and then move to clips or clipped in pedals, or clipless as people call them. Well, that's actually the proper name, so not as people call them. But yeah, the ones where you actually snap into the pedals. And you just get used to things like that with cars coming past close eventually. Just stopped to have a look at my cadence device. So for those of you that don't know what that is, if you're new to cycling, it basically measures how fast I'm pedalling. And I thought it looked a bit off because it's been reading up to about 120. Now I tend to spin more than grind, so I tend to pedal fast in low gears rather than pedal slowly in stiffer gears. But yeah, 120, that's just that's unrealistic, especially, yeah, it sealed it when I was coming down that last hill, and yeah, I was doing 100 revs per minute and I wasn't actually pedalling. So I'm just going to have a look, see whether there's anything obvious. Otherwise I'll probably end up taking the battery out and resetting it when I get home. So if you've not seen one before, this is mine. Was slightly different. Basically the way this works is, where's it gone? Just over here, just there, there's a little metal magnet, spins around and goes past the detector. So there's a little arm detector and there's a little detector here, because also on the back of the pedal, which I can't quite show you using it at the moment, there's another thing there for detecting the spin rate. So I'm just going to have a bit of a play with that and see whether it's got itself badly seated, or whether these little devices that spin past, or magnets that spin past, are actually in the right position. Okay, thank you for joining me on that ride. I honestly don't know whether this is going to go onto YouTube or not. So I have no idea what the footage is going to be like, whether this camera and the GoPro are going to be any good. Certainly I couldn't use the GoPro for shots of me, so not with the mount I got, it kept slipping off. So we'll see. But yeah, now I'm going to get some lunch and reset that cadence device. So I'll see you on the next one. Alright, see you then. Bye for now.